Okay, guys, watching the feeds, Xtra celebrating gospel music of black origin, just being triggered by what I'm seeing in media, information out there and whatsoever, and something which can challenge us in the music world and in terms of, well, we all creatives out here, and it's about, there's an article here again, I'm looking at on my news reel when it comes to BBC out here, when it's talking about it doesn't look African in the challenging stereotypes of basically modern reflection from African artists, African base or African diaspora, and saying that they've been heavily influenced by cultures that has colonized or that has basically influences religious wise and how we do it now. For example, there's a lot of like European centric, which like the white. Let's be honest, man. Even white Jesus, if you think about it, is a creative depiction of Jesus, which is so etched in Africa that the moment that you try to change the complexion of Jesus, I find people more offended from Africa than any other country, any other continent in the world. And Jesus is definitely more likely not the complexion that we see on these European versions of Jesus, but yet they're so etched into our system that we feel like it. I've seen the offense that it caused when I wear my t-shirt where it has a different a more melanated skin color of Jesus Christ. So art has been really influenced by ourselves when it comes to like in our psyche, in our mindset, when it comes to creativity, when we express ourselves in religion. Now, people could say that drawing has got nothing to do with biblical expression, but all the early translations of the Bible, drawing is important. And I find now that there's a push towards back to Ethiopian Bible, and also the images that support it, and the imagery around there really supports a set of people or culture with many shades of brown at that time. So for me, how does that really affect us? And it really puts shots. Now let's actually, how do we translate this over? Yes, we can change the color of Jesus. Yes, we can start to challenge how we express ourselves in terms of, let's take it from an African perspective, African because people can say, oh, I'm not African, I'm English, oh, shut up, man. Like, come on, man. Let's be real, yeah. Donald Trump is not American; he is European, yeah. Who generationally moved over to, immigrated to another people's lands, but we want to go to our original lands and cultures, and the Europeans brought their culture to America. So America is just European culture, yeah. So right, so same way we can come into this country and carry on in the African ways. We can do so, or we turn back to African ways, 100%. Now we express things. So it'd be interesting. How does that translate with music? So the challenge is, when we do music, when we actually express ourselves in this musical field, I often complain about how we express ourselves in terms of really begging the European centric style to be accepted in the European space. The same way these there's pictures, imageries of African and modern artists actually now going back to these African roots. Yeah, I believe we need to go back to what's our core sound. Yeah, and our core sound is not, and I know we do this, and I've spoke to radio and producers and industry people, make it into what the industry wants. No, do you? I'm not saying you can't go to an engineer who's not black and engineer your product. This is not what I'm saying. It's not that you have to use a black museum to show your imagery. But the question is, really, are you being true to yourself? True to what you see in the mirror? When you're expressing your music, when it comes to expressing your art form, whether it's even down to me podcasting. Yeah. How do I communicate? I was making a joke with my youngster. How do today, my youngster, it's like my picnic, but you know what I'm saying? When I use them in the place there still, yeah. I was actually making a joke about this. I didn't even thought of this, but me expressing myself through my podcast. How do I communicate? Do I communicate like, hi, my name is Roger Moore, and I'm just here to express my feelings for my community? And do I talk in a posh like accent, which will be assimilated, perfect for BBC? I call it BBC language. Sorry to people who work for BBC, but BBC language. Or do I talk the way which I'm comfortable with, who I am, true to myself? And I find I'm not belittling all the well-spoken people. Yo, do your thing. But we're coming into an era where expression is truth. And you know what I'm saying? So this article has just triggered me. I'm sorry, people, if you're thinking, yo, you're too deep in what you do. No. I'm just saying how you can apply creative thoughts and thinking and articles of somebody just saying that, challenging how other religions and cultures have come into African thought process and challenge the way we express ourselves art-wise, from painting all the way over to music. That when I'm listening to artists of color, we are influenced to be accepted by so-called popular music. Yeah, we put a guitar where guitar's not meant to be. You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? We sing with one harmony because it's just about in harmony, just to make it in, because it's too complicated. We heard last year where a very big-headed brother went online and said that gospel's too complicated and people don't want it. But yet you see so many community choirs. Yet people watch Sister Act 2 every half an hour, every little bit of play. You see Sister Act 2, Sister Act 2, Sister Act 2. I am sick and tired of Sister Act 2. But people want to sing joyful, joyful, Lord. Don't want to do that. So when is gospel being uncomplicated? So, just a food for thought. Sorry, people, why am I in this mood? Maybe I'm just exercised out today, or trimmed and pumped and ready to do podcasts and talk content. But this is what this article really hit me in terms of expressing ourselves and looking at how we influenced by external education out of our community. I'm not saying it's about kicking out Christ. It's not taking out Christ. It's taking out the culture that's around it. It ain't nothing to do with us. But the salvation is us. Yeah, man, we take that on. But I don't want that culture. That's I don't know fish and chips on a Sunday. I want some peas and chicken. Sorry if no. It's actually roast and lamb roast and things like that. But we have rice and peas and chicken. So I have rice and peas and chicken, and people can have their roast and Yorkshire pudding with gravy. You know what I mean? There one's there. But anyway, this is watching Affinity Extra. Just stand for. I am not saying you can't have a big tasty roast. Listen, if you like roast, you like roast. Yeah? But out here, we have rice and peas and chicken. We have sweet corn pan that side and little bits of beetroot for the pickled onion and all them one there still. And one piece of leg of chicken. That's how we yam our food still, yeah? And when I say the gravy is just really just oil with some granules in it. You know how it goes. People chop up some onion and thing in there. So, and that's how we do it. With some hot pepper, which I don't have because I can't take hot pepper. We don't have no tomato sauce on that thing. We have a bit of salad cream, of course, on the salad and the coleslaw. But anyway, let me get started. But this is Roger Affinity section. Celebrate gospel music of Black origin, and this is what's going on. And I haven't even lined up the next track. Shame. And I should have it ready anyway still.
Yo, if I see the go, guys.
Hi, and thank you for watching. Make sure you subscribe, you like, and you comment, and make sure that you're sharing the videos and watching so much more. We have loads of content for you. I hope you enjoy.